Hey guys, welcome back to my channel, Deconstrut. My name's Charlotte and I do DIY and sewing videos. Today, I'm gonna bring you along as I recreate this Jacquemus inspired dress. It was a project I started like a year ago, but you'll see in the video that I kind of took a mini break in between and then finally finished it up, and I wanted to show you guys the final results. I love how it looks now. I managed to take it out for a mini photo shoot not too long ago, and I think it looks really cute. So if you guys want to learn how to make it or just kind of watch how I recreated it, then please keep on watching. Today, I was thinking I would try to recreate a Jacquemus dress. I've been seeing this dress floating around a lot. It is beautiful. It has this really nice drape detailing on one side, and it just seems to be like the hottest trending dress ever since Gigi Hadid wore a similar one in the spring and summer 2020 show. It just looks fantastic. And I saw the dress and I thought it would be pretty easy to recreate. I think I have all the things that I need. I'm gonna go look for some fabric and take you guys along with me. We've got some options. I don't think all of these will work, but these are some of the larger pieces I found that were kind of a non-stretch, linen-esque, cotton-based wool material. I found this. It's like a pistachio silver, but it's also really thick. So I don't know if this will work very well on the body, but it might also look really nice because it'll hold the shape. But this feels really nice. It's like super smooth and silky on this side, and then it's like pretty rough on the other side. But I love the color. Okay, we're gonna try this on my dress form and see if it'll drape decently well, and if it does, we'll go with this. If not, we'll just switch and try creating it in another color. Do I have professional sewing experience? No. Everything's self-taught, so do I know what I'm doing? Not really. But we're gonna try this together. So I think I have a rough plan. This is how I've draped it onto the mannequin / dress form right now. This is kind of indicating where the straps need to be, and I was just making sure that this would flow decently nicely. So I think on the left side, I can cut it to fit like a normal dress, and then I'll leave extra room on the right side so it angles outwards, and then that will accommodate for the draping and it won't move this side. And then in the back side, we'll only need it halfway like the dress because this is going to be all open back, and then it'll be like crisscross straps. But that's the plan. Funny enough, the top that is needed for the dress right here is really similar to the one I'm wearing today. I actually made this super cute, ties with a bow in the back, but as you can see, this is like the side seam right here, and then there's like a bust dart on the side, and I think that's all we'll need. I might actually just reuse this pattern or my most recent slip dress pattern, because I think that one fits just like a little bit better, and we'll go from there. For the front piece, it's kind of just like a rectangular piece. This is just extra seam allowance right here that I folded in around 2 inches. I'm just not sure how much I would need, so I just left a bit extra. And then I just added some darts that are 2.5 inches approximately below, and then 2.5 inches in on either side at 1/2 inch each. If you have a larger chest, I would recommend a deeper dart, but because my chest is tiny, 1/2 inch on either side is more than sufficient for me. Just gonna sew those up and be right back. Here, I'm just trimming off the excess fabric so that it'll be easier to work with. I decided to leave extra fabric for the gathered side of the dress to have room to play with draping.
Several months later.
Hello. It has been a hot minute, or I guess a cold minute, because like it's winter now. Long sleeve, fuzzy jackets, socks, are my jam right now. I believe I started this project back in July or August, like sometime in the summer, because my previous footage, I'm clearly in a tank top and loving the sun and living life. And now it is cold, dark, and snowy outside. I'm not even sure when the last time I touched it, but I somehow just like left the dress pinned to this mannequin form. So we're gonna try to figure out this like ruching skirt situation here. It's kind of a mess. Fingers crossed. We'll see how far we get. I'm also not really lining the dress because this fabric is quite thick. It's quite substantial and I don't think I need a lining. I'm just going to serge the edges that I will not be using. And I already did the hard part last time, which was placing in the invisible zipper. So kudos to past me. I appreciate you. But for today, I'm going to try to finish sewing this project so I can say I completed something else before I start on other things. You can see that the top portion is mostly finished. We have the darts in place here. And here we have our side zipper or side seam done right on the side here. So the main parts that are remaining are the straps for the top and also doing this side bit here. So let's get started. This is the dress laid out over here. That's the top portion at the top. And this is the bottom hem of the skirt. So I don't actually know if what I'm doing is gonna work out on this. I'm just honestly taking a gamble and doing this like tulip cut shape and hopefully it works for the best. We'll see. I mean, it should work, and honestly sewing without a pattern is kind of just experimentation 95% of the time. Fingers crossed this works out. I'm just like really annoyed with the extra fabric and I want to just hem all the edges and serge it off so like it stops being all wispy and getting in the way. I'm gonna cut with a little extra seam allowance, like just in case I mess up. Here goes nothing. Here is the general shape that I cut. You can see it's just a curved hemline on the bottom here. Hopefully that's right. I'm gonna sew up this side seam and we'll see where we get. Okay, so that was a bad idea. I forgot I have butt muscles. I have a butt. Did not accommodate for that. I think I'm gonna replace the back piece. I don't think I can replace the front piece. So I'm gonna try sewing the excess that I cut off originally and place it back. Let's see how this goes. So this is what the back piece is looking like. It's kind of a mess. Not kind of, it is a mess because I reattached this piece realizing that I didn't have enough fabric to make the back piece the same as the front piece, which is a mistake. I should have cut them out separately because the back piece does cover your butt. You have a little bit more extra meat on the back side usually. So unfortunately, yeah, this added seam just makes it look really weird. I don't like it. So I'd rather replace the whole entire back panel, redo the zipper on the one side than to keep this piece. I'm just a perfectionist, but learn from my mistakes. So I just am going to take my front piece where we have the zipper here and we're going to attach it to the back piece, which I made a lot bigger. It's huge, but since it's going to wrap a little bit to the front, I think it'll be okay. We're going to attach it to the zipper. I already serged the edge, so it'll be easier to sew with, and there won't be as much fraying, so we're going to do that. And then I'm going to do 2 basting stitches on this side and then ruche it up so we can kind of see what it looks like. I really hope this works. I'm going to pin this first before we sew just to be extra safe about it. Alright, everything is pinned down now. I'm just going to sew a straight stitch as close as possible to the zipper here. Okay, so the side zipper is put in now. It is functional. There's definitely some hand stitching I need to do at the end here, but we'll leave that for later. We're just gonna do 2 basting stitches here, which is kind of how I did the simulated ruching on this side. And we're gonna do that. I'm gonna do it until it's like 6 inches from the bottom, because I know I'm gonna curve it eventually, but that'll give us some play room. And I'm just gonna do 2 lines, stitch length of 5, which will be nice and long so we can ruche it up. Two rows sewn into the fabric here, and what I'm going to do is take the tails on one side of the fabric and I'm just going to slowly gather it together. Once you've gathered it all together, you kind of want to just even it out a little bit. We're going to match it up to the front portion of our skirt, and then we're going to sew this together as well. It looks decent, I think. This is kind of what it looks like right now. Looks like a big blob. I'm definitely gonna need some darts in the back, or to take it in some more at the zipper section, just to slim it down on the back panel, but I think we're almost there. I'm gonna hem the bottom quickly. So I've been trying on the dress. The back panel still has like a lot of space. Thinking what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna redo the zipper for the 3rd time. I'm gonna shift it over to where this pin is. So essentially it's gonna just take in that 2.5 inches and it'll get the back like a bit tighter. I really wish I did a mock-up of this first. I don't think we'll finish today because it's like completely dark outside. It's dark out. I think what I'm going to try to do is just wrap up the zipper portion and like get the waist really fitted well, and we'll do the straps another day because I don't think I have time to do it today, nor do I really have the energy. Just praying that this dress is worth it. I'm just fingers crossed it turns out well. Ta-da! It's the next day. We're back in the sewing room. The zipper was too much yesterday, but it's finally done. It looks clean for the zipper, so I still need to like cut off the excess. I'll probably just run it through the serger to do that. And today we're gonna finish off the top part, and we're almost done. First things first, we're gonna make the strap, and I'm gonna be trying out a TikTok hack that I saw, which is to use cardstock as your template to help fold the strap, and then you sew it. So let's start with that. Now you have this tiny piece with all the lines on it, and you're gonna wanna fold on the lines. And then opening it back up, we're gonna fold in the edges as well. What this will turn into is like a template where you can pull your fabric through and it'll automatically do the folds for it. Supposedly, this is what TikTok showed me. It'll make it easier to iron. And that's all there is to it. Now I'm gonna just cut out my fabric to be a 1 inch so then I can feed it through this. I'm going to take the strap, fold it in half again, and then we're just going to sew along this top edge really close. So the straps are all done. I ended up creating 2 super duper long ones. So they cross in the back and then they loop and then you tie. You're gonna just want to trim off some 2-inch pieces off of the ends to do the side loops on the side of the dress. So taking the top section of your dress, we're just gonna take the end of the strap, put it in like so, and then fold over the edge. And then We're gonna sew down the side seam, hiding that serged edge, and we're just gonna finish it off the same way we did the hem, with 2 fine stitches on that. I just sewed on top of the 2 hemming lines that I did right here, and I also decided to stagger the loop so it wasn't too bulky on the back side. I'm just gonna serge off these edges to finish it off, and that's the last step. So here is a quick try on. I think there's still like some small minor adjustments I need to make for the dress, but overall it fits pretty good. It's like too straight right now for my body. So if I just do that, tuck the strap in further in here, that will work out perfectly. And I think I need to tuck this in even lower so it hits at the smallest part. But yeah, so it's looking pretty good. I'm really happy with how this came out. Really happy with that. I think other than those few minor adjustments on this dress, I'm basically done. I'm gonna do those adjustments off camera because I feel like this tutorial has been long enough, and I'll definitely insert final photos and videos of this dress on so you guys can see exactly what it looks like. I'll see you guys in another video very soon. Thanks for watching. Bye!
My love language is your time and attention. Won't you give some of it to me? I've been lonely lately. I've been feeling neglected, and I want you to show me. Can we get back on the same page tonight? Can we stay? And why don't you talk to me? Let's start a conversation. When you spend your time with me, you're speaking my love language. Talk to me. We don't need a translation. When you spend your time with me, you're speaking my love language.